What's up, guys? Today, I want to talk about something so random, but here I am. I want to talk about Yogos. If you were not blessed enough to have Yogos in your lifetime and don't know what they are, let me take you down memory lane. Yogos was a Kellogg's snack, and I was so young when I had them that I think it was a gummy covered in yogurt. I remember yogurt being that was definitely on it. I don't think it was a yogurt ball. I think it was like a gummy covered in yogurt. I'm kind of young, so I was young when I ate them, so I don't fully remember what they were. Not to mention, I feel like maybe a couple years of them actually being around in my life. So very, very small blip on the radar in the overall timeline, but my God, was it memorable. Specifically, they had sour Yogos. And sour Yogos were so good. Just so good. The other flavors were fine too, I'm sure. I'm sure I was eating them. But the sour ones, those ones are the ones that stuck around in my head. And whenever I crave them, those are the ones I want. And unfortunately, these things have been discontinued for like 15 years. I think 2010 is when they were finally stopped being produced. And I'm sure they were complete garbage for you. I'm sure it wasn't great. I think sugar was probably quite abundant, and I'm sure it had no real nutrition going on. And hey, I'm an adult now, and so I don't really even be going down the aisle that you would have found Yogos in. That's with the gummies and all that kind of stuff that you'd find in like kids' lunches. But I just want to reminisce on the greatness talk about a freaking flash in the pan. I think the sugar was the reason they were discontinued, not because people weren't buying them. Trust me, I probably was making them hit bottom line on my own. But I think the overall sugar content, I think like around that time Obama was in office, and the first lady had like the more healthy initiatives. I think people were just kind of really waking up to what we were eating and all the sugar and garbage that was being put into children's bodies, and I think that they were probably suffered maybe a loss of sales from that. But they were so good, man. I there's not really much about this video. I'm just here to glaze Yogos, and hopefully this reaches someone over at Kellogg's corporate, and they go back in the vault and dig up the blueprints to start ripping those bad boys off again. Maybe a little bit healthier, maybe just as bad for you. Honestly, in any form, I would appreciate a return. And it just kind of reminds me of all those old foods from that like era that you either no longer see or were discontinued. Sometimes you'll catch them at like a random store, and it's just like not a product you're going to find at a lot of places. But every now and again, you'll find a store that actually carries them. Because when I think of Yogos, I just start thinking of like the cereal straws. I think that there's an Oreo one too, but then there's like Fruit Loops. And those are the only two I remember, I'll be honest. But those were also an insane snack. Like crazy numbers in my household until they were taken off the market. And these are also snacks that I'm not the only one I see like talking about these online. Like every now and again, you'll see a post talking about what happened to Yogos, what happened to cereal straws, what happened to Dunkaroos. Because I want to say I've seen Dunkaroos within the last 10 years. Maybe not. Those easily could have gone the way of the dodo, but I want to say I've seen those a lot more recently than Yogos or cereal straws or whatever. But just that era of snacks, man. And I mean, I don't even really go down those aisles anymore. I'm not really buying that kind of stuff, so I'm not exactly tapped into the market and what kind of R&D departments they got running now. So I'm sure they're probably doing crazy stuff. Oreo's the only one I kind of am able to keep track of because they always have like standalone units like in the middle of the aisle. It'll be just like a giant display of whatever new freaking flavor they crafted up in the lab, and some of them look insane. Like a Cinnabon Oreo. I mean, I don't buy that kind of stuff, but my God, if I did, I'd be in business right now. Though Oreo alone, I don't know what Nabisco's been cooking up in their freaking back rooms, but they got the right guy in charge, the right dude leading stuff. They're constantly dropping new flavors into the game. I remember there being like 3 flavors of Oreo when I was a kid. You had the regular white with various levels of stuffiness, of course. Then you got chocolate. Okay, so maybe like 4. You got the chocolate ones. Those were pretty good too. The vanilla ones with like the vanilla cracker, I wasn't really rocking with those personally. But hey, I'm sure some people messed with them. And then the mint, which I was never touching. I mean, even a thin mint I can kind of get my head around. Something about the mint Oreo was never in my fly zone, though. I don't know why. But those were essentially all you had. And now, like modern day, like I said, they always have like some display unit in like the middle aisle with just like a freaking fortress of Oreos with this new flavor. I mean, they do a lot of celebrity collabs. Like I remember the Lady Gaga one, I think was making people like poop glitter or something. I think Selena Gomez just got one. So they do like random celebrity ones. But then I also just see like birthday cake or, regular flavors where they're like, why not? Why couldn't this be an Oreo? And, that's a great question to ask because the answer is it could. So let's do it. I wish I was in the game of buying Oreos like that to be trying them. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any snacks that you remember specifically from that like mid 2000s, early 2010s era. Just stuff that was great that you remember and haven't seen in like what feels like a decade plus that just kind of randomly will enter your memory every now and then. I would love to hear it. Maybe remind me of some other good snacks that I used to. Before I go, the yogurt, the Trix yogurt, I think they brought that back, but specifically the ones that came with sprinkle packets, like taped up to the top of the cardboard or underneath the bottom of the cardboard. Those were a different time, my guy. Different time. But yeah, let me know what you guys have to say about whatever snacks you guys may have missed from your childhoods. But thanks for watching. See ya.